we're going for the I just ate a honey bun, but I got half of the glaze on my lips type of look today, friends. Now, if only the lipstick tasted half as good as a honey bun would. It tastes like crap on my lips. So I don't know if you can tell from this updo today, but your girl has been reading a freaking Rapunzel retelling. But it is Rapunzel with vampires. I am literally the biggest vampire hoe ever. Like, give mama her vampires, okay? Hey guys, my name is Cameron and welcome back to my channel, Which Way to Wicked, where we talk about all things love, light, and especially tarot. So guys, I am so excited because we are going to be finding out what your future home is going to be like, okay? So are you going to be living in a freaking cute countryside cottage up in Ireland? Or are you going to be living in a freaking amazing high-rise type of a luxurious studio apartment, okay? So if that sounds as amazing to you as it does to me, if it piques your interest, boo, then let's go ahead and take a look at your group picks today, okay? So here are your group picks today. So for group number 1, we have Take Time to Breathe Out with the Disseminating Moon, okay? For group number 2, we have Surrender to the Divine with the Full Moon. And then last but not least, for group number 3, we have Balance, Spirituality, and Practicality, excuse me guys, with Full Moon in Pisces, okay? So guys, I want you to go ahead and take a deep breath in. And now I want you to let it out. And now I want you to please close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, I want you to think about your future home. Where are you going to be living? What is it going to be like? Are you going to be living in a luxurious high-rise, a cute little cottage? What is your future home going to be, okay? And then whenever you feel ready, please open your eyes, and whichever card your eyes lands on first, then that, my dear, is going to be the reading for you today. Now, if you feel called to more than one card here, then definitely feel free to check out those extra messages as well. And as always, I will have the timestamps listed down in the description box below. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into your reading today, friends, okay? Hello, group 1! So if you chose the Take Time to Breathe Out with the Disseminating Moon card, then hey, and hello, my beautiful folks, and welcome to your reading today. So I'm going to go ahead and place this right here, and let's just pray that this doesn't catch fire and just, you know, spark up in flames because it's sitting right there by the camera. You know that but did I say the camera? By the candle. You know that probably isn't my best move so far, but whatever. So I already pulled the cards for you off camera, and let's take a look at them, shall we? So guys, we have the Wheel of Fortune card coming through. We also have the Fool. We have the Star card, the Tower, the Four of Swords, and then last but not least, for the back of the deck energy, we do have the Death card coming through. So guys, taking a look at this Death card, this does represent Scorpio energy, and with the Fool and the Star card, this represents double Aquarius energy as well. So you could be an Aquarius, a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or in Venus, and if you are, then definitely take that as a sign that you're in the right reading today, and if you are not, it's fine. Just let it go, let it flow. This is a very general reading. So guys, your reading is so freaking unique, and it is so freaking amazing because I'm gonna be honest with you, boo, okay? Whenever it comes to your future home, I literally cannot tell you what your future home is going to be, because of the fact that with the Fool card coming through, I don't think that you are going to have a traditional home life. I don't see you buying yourself a home and really settling down. I think that your path is going to be very, very different from other people, from the norm. I see you being somebody who lives with a suitcase in your hand. I see you being a traveler. I don't think that you are somebody who likes to stay in one place very long. I see you being somebody who has like itchy feet, and as somebody who just wants to explore as much of life and as much of the world as possible. So I do think that for everyone that is watching this, you are going to find yourself just living the life of a traveler, living the life of a nomad. And I think that that is really interesting to see here. Now, guys, since this is a very general reading, there are several meanings to living your life as a traveler, right? For some of you guys, maybe you are going to find yourself in the army or in some type of job like that that requires a lot of travel. So you are never really at one certain place. You're never really living at a home because you're traveling from different bases, right? Or maybe you are going to be married to somebody who is in the army or something like that, and you could be traveling with them. You could be somebody who maybe you do something on social media. Maybe you have a YouTube channel and you don't need to have a traditional job, so you take full advantage of that by being able to travel and being able to go to different places. So that's really cool. This could also represent that maybe you are, let me think, like a traveling nurse. I know that traveling nurses, they don't have to stay in one place for too long, right? Maybe you're a photographer, but I do think that some way, shape, or form, you are not going to have a home. Your home is going to be the world. Maybe you're going to be somebody that lives in like an RV or something like that. So maybe your home is not going to be a home, but it's going to be within your RV, if that makes any sense, right? Does that make sense? So yeah, that's really cool. That's really, really cool. What I can say for you though is that I really think for a lot of you guys, I think that for a while you were living in a home, if that makes any sense, but I think that you were living in a home like with your family, or you were living a traditional life for some time. Maybe as you are watching this, you are living that type of traditional home life, living with a family, living with your family, your mom or dad, or with your chosen family, with a group of friends or something like that. But I do think that what is really going to cause you to travel and to get that like travel bug is, I think that something is going to be happening within your life that is going to be quite traumatic. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we do have the Tower card coming through, and the Tower card does talk about going through a sudden change. It talks about going through a transformation that you didn't really want to go through, but was thrusted upon you either way. And so I do think that for a lot of you guys, you could be living a very normal lifestyle, and then something happens, and this sudden change could be you losing your job. This sudden change could be you losing a loved one. It could be you breaking up with the person who you are with, and it's a breakup that you never really expected yourself to do, right? Maybe you never thought that you would end up breaking up with the person who you are with, but I don't know, something happens, things change, and it causes you to have to break up with them. But I just think that no matter what, something is going to be happening within your life, and it's going to cause you to lose that sense of stability, that sense of security. And I think that on one hand, this is going to cause you to feel so freaking scared as you lose that security blanket of having that traditional home life, having that family, having that home that you could always count on. But I think on the other hand, while it is going to be terrifying, it's also going to be thrilling, because it's finally going to cause you to be able to go down this path of being able to travel, being able to see the world. Because I do think that for all of you that are watching this, if you are or will be living a very traditional life, I think that no matter what you do, you are always going to have this sense of freedom that you want to explore. I think that it's going to be this itch that you always feel, and yet you try not to succumb to it, because you have people who are relying on you. You have a job that you have to maintain. You have something that you have to do that is keeping you back. But I think that after you go through this traumatic change, while it is going to be something that you didn't want to go through ever, it's going to be something that you needed to go through so that you could be able to just pack up your suitcase and go, right? And I do think that for some of you guys, I see you maybe trying to explore a lot in England or explore a lot in Ireland, somewhere where there are like a lot of cottages, a lot of farm land. The reason why I'm seeing that is because if you look right here, there is like a little cottage. Oh, excuse me guys, that's my phone. But what I'm trying to say is, sorry, I'm trying to put my phone on mute. But what I'm trying to say is I see this really pretty cottage right here. And right here, this lady, I don't know why, but she's holding this flag. And I'm not going to lie, I think this could be like the old American flag. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know my flags that well, but it's kind of giving me like English, British vibes, okay? So I do think that for a lot of you guys, while you are traveling, one of your biggest places that you are going to be traveling to, the places that you are very excited to travel to, is going to be somewhere in like Ireland, somewhere in England, somewhere where there's a lot of beautiful countryside, a lot of beautiful cottages, right? So that is definitely coming through. But I just think that at the end of the day, you are not going to have a certain place to call your home, but I don't think that you're going to be mad about it. I don't think you're going to be upset about it. I think you're going to love it, and I just love that for you guys. So I also want to say that for some of you guys, you could also end up, if you are older, maybe you are going to end up like losing your job, and that's just going to cause you to maybe want to decide to retire. But I don't know, if you lose your job, can you get your retirement money? I don't know, honestly, but I do see some of you guys, but that's besides the point. I see some of you guys maybe retiring, and maybe you were forced to retire or something caused you to have to retire, but I do think that you're going to be using that retirement money to be able to travel, to maybe just live that van life, and to just explore as much as you can with what life you have left, right? And I think that that is just going to be so amazing for you. I think you are going to love it. So let's go ahead and take a look at your oracle cards. Wow, guys, you see that? We already have a couple cards coming through. Yeah, oh my goodness, you guys, that makes so much sense. Let's see what other cards want to come through. What other cards want to come through? Spirit, can we get some other cards, please? Where is group one's home? What is going to be their future home, Spirit? Can we get some cards, please? Group one's future home. Can we get some cards? Ooh, wow, okay. All right, let's get... I think I'm going to get one more. One more. There we go. Okay. So that's interesting. But that really does make sense. Okay. So guys, first of all, surprise, surprise, we have Liberty coming through, which literally talks about freedom. Also, seeing Liberty, that makes me think of the Statue of Liberty. So for some of you guys, you could be deciding to travel to New York, okay, because that's where the Statue of Liberty is, right? But I think that for some of you guys, you could definitely be deciding to travel to New York. But again, I just think that that is talking about how you are just going to have this feeling of wanting to be free, of being able to travel, of honestly being able to be like a bird, right? And I find that to be so interesting because a lot of these cards that I'm seeing for you, there are birds in a lot of them. So for example, we have Eternal Flame coming through, and down here at the bottom are all these beautiful birds. There's a bird right there as well, and again, there's a bird right there, and there are some eggs right here, and I can only imagine that those eggs are going to hatch and we're going to have some beautiful birds, right? I just think that at the end of the day, you are like a bird and you are just going to want to fly. And that's honestly making me think of that song, the I'm like a bird, I only fly away. I don't know where my home is. I don't know where my home is. So I honestly think that that is you. You don't know where your home is. And that is because home to you is the world. It's the map. It's the compass. It's holding your suitcase in one hand and being able to look at the world and see where you are going to go to next. Honestly, for some of you guys, I see you literally just having like a map in front of you and like closing your eyes, getting like a dart, or maybe just using your finger and placing your finger somewhere random on the map, and wherever you open your eyes, that's where you're going to go to next. I just think that you are going to be purely free, and I think that this freedom is going to be something that you were wanting for so long. The reason why I'm seeing that for you is because we also have womb coming through. I also want to talk about the other cards. We have Eternal Flame, No Rain Today, and Night Watch, okay? But I think with the womb card coming through, I think that for the longest time, you were feeling the urge to want to leave, to want to just let things go and to fly and be free. But for some reason, you were feeling held back. Maybe you felt like you had a lot of responsibility. Maybe you felt like you had to do something for someone before you can do what you wanted to do, right? The reason why I'm saying that is because we do have Night Watch coming through. And if you look at this like wolf here, and again, there's another bird, there's a raven, isn't that awesome? But if you look at this like wolf here, he is literally protecting these children down here at the bottom. He's protecting them, and you can tell that he is not planning on stopping in his watch. He is not going to allow himself to put his desires first, because his main goal is to protect these youngins, right? To protect the tribe. And so I think that for a lot of you guys, you, for the longest time, were really stifling yourself by doing what was right, by taking on the responsibility that needs to be bared, by maybe taking care of someone or by being there for your friends, for your family members. But I do think that something is going to happen that is going to cause you to finally just say, I'm leaving, right? I'm going to go. And maybe for some of you guys, maybe you simply are a mom or a dad, and maybe you are watching your children and you're taking care of them until they are old enough to go to college, right? So that big change that is going to be taking place, it could be them graduating from high school, and maybe it's something that you on one hand weren't ready for them to do. You weren't ready for them to graduate and leave the nest. But on the other hand, it was something that you were excited about. It was something that you just couldn't wait for, because you wanted to be able to go out and explore. And after they graduate, you are finally free. You are able to do your own thing, right? And I just think that at the end of the day, there is just going to be something that happens that causes you to finally just let things go, like let all those responsibilities go, all that extra weight, and you are finally just going to put yourself first, and you are going to go after your dreams. And I just think that you're just going to be so excited and so happy, because this is something that you wanted for so long. Now, for some of you guys, we do have no rain today coming through. So for some of you, I know I was saying that you could be wanting to travel to England or Scotland or Ireland, which I do think is a big thing for some of you guys. For others of you, maybe you already live in England, maybe you already live in Scotland, or maybe you live in a place that rains a lot, like Washington. I'm thinking of Forks, Washington, because I know it rains a lot there, because your girl, I love Twilight, so on Twilight it was always raining, right, in Forks. But maybe you live somewhere where it rains a lot, and you could be deciding like, oh my gosh, once I decide to leave, once I decide to go, I'm going to go somewhere where it doesn't rain at all. So maybe you are going to be deciding to travel to California, sunny California, right, where it never rains. Maybe you're going to be deciding to travel to Arizona, or maybe to Africa, or somewhere like that, right? But I just think that at the end of the day, for all of you guys, your home is going to be you just traveling, exploring the world, and seeing all of the sights that you just are so excited to see, right? So Yes, guys, that is what I'm seeing for you today. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading, and if you did, then please make sure to give me a big like and to subscribe to my channel, because I post new videos every Monday and Friday, and I would love to have you stop by this side of TerraTube again sometime, okay? So I love you all so much, and I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day, friends. Mwah. Bye, guys. Hello, Group 2. So if you chose the Surrender to the Divine with the Full Moon card, then hey, hello, and welcome to your reading today, friends. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and place this right here, and hopefully everything still looks good. I see that it's like covering like the whole little setup here, so honestly I think I want to put it like behind this. Does that look better? I'm not sure, but we're just gonna roll with it. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at your cards today. Okay, so first of all, guys, you have the 10 of Wands coming through. You also have the 8 of Wands, and you have the Hierophant. You also have the 6 of Wands. And last but not least, you have the Queen of Cups coming through. And also for the back of the deck card, we have the 4 of Cups coming through for you as well. So guys, first of all, I am seeing one exact zodiac sign coming through for you, and that is the Taurus zodiac sign with the Hierophant card coming through. So you could definitely be a Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or in Venus, but I'm also getting quite a bit of fire energy as well with all these Wands cards coming through. So you could also be a fire sign. So I am talking about Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, so you could be one of those signs. If you are, then definitely take it as a sign that you are in the right reading today. And also, if you are not one of those signs, it's okay. This is a very general reading, so just let it go, let it flow. But anyways, guys, jumping into your reading today, whenever we are talking about what your future home is going to be for you, I definitely think that you are going to be living somewhere that is very, very fast paced. So I'm definitely seeing for you kind of like a city type of area. And the reason why I'm saying that is because if you look at this card here, you can see this woman looking up, and right here underneath her, there are all of these like high rises and all these high buildings. It just looks like a metropolis, right? So I definitely see you living in a metropolis, okay? I don't think you're going to be living in the countryside, living in Scotland where you are living in a beautiful cottage, right? Like, no, I see you kind of living in like some type of high rise, and maybe living in like a studio apartment, like out in LA or New York or something like that. But if that is not the case, then I also see you at least living in like the suburbs, okay? Because the suburbs, that is right there, kind of like next to the metropolis, I think, or like right there, like within the city area, right? Or like right outside the city. So I definitely think that no matter what, you are going to be living either within the city, right where all the action is taking place, or maybe right outside of the city, okay? Does that make sense? Kind of like in a community like suburb type of area, okay? I'm also seeing for you guys that wherever you live, I think you are going to be living quite luxuriously. I think you are going to be living a very lavish lifestyle. I think that you are going to have everything that you need. And the reason why I'm saying that is because with the Hierophant card, with that Taurus energy, Taurus people are very luxurious. These are the type of people who like to live life big and bold. They love to have beautiful things, beautiful surroundings, okay? They're very big about their aesthetics. So I really think no matter where you are, no matter where you live, the inside of your home is going to be fabulous. I think you are going to have the best of the best furniture. You're going to have like the best cars outside of your house. I see you having all the best guests, like lawn people coming to tend to your lawn, or if you don't have the money for that, then you are at least going to make sure that your home looks immaculate. I see you going out there trying to make sure that your home looks great. But for the most part, I do think that almost everyone that is watching this, I do think that you're honestly going to have the money to pay for any extra stuff that you need, to pay for yard work, to pay for maids to come in and clean the inside of your house. I honestly think that you are going to be making bank. And if you are not the one who is making the bank, then I think that you are going to be married to somebody that makes that bank, okay? I just think that no matter what, you are going to be living a very luxurious lifestyle somewhere within the city or right outside of it. And I think that for all intents and purposes, you are going to be living like the it type of lifestyle, that everybody wants to live, right? You are going to be the it girl, the it boy. You are going to be living the type of life that people could only dream of, okay? And what's interesting about it, though, is I feel like for all of you that are watching this, while you are, in all intents and purposes, going to be living the best life possible, what's very interesting is I think that you guys are not really going to be satisfied with this life. Now, I think that, this is kind of like a secondary message coming through, because like I was saying, we are talking about your home, right? But I feel like this is a message that Spirit wanted me to relay to you. And I do think that whereas essentially you are going to be living the life that other people could only dream of, you are going to be living that type of lifestyle, I think that for some reason you're just not really going to be satisfied. I honestly think that you are just going to be looking at your life, looking at where you are, and you are just going to be feeling a yearning for something else, for something more. I think that there is going to be this energy within you where you don't just want to live a life that is traditional, right? You don't want to live the traditionally picket fence, lavish type of lifestyle. You don't want to be that person. You want to do something different. So for some of you guys, you could be, getting married to somebody, really making that bank, buying the house, getting the car, getting the white picket fence, and just living the type of life that other people would only ever dream of living. But I think that whenever you do it, whenever you do accomplish all those things and you have that life, you have that picket moment, fence type of life, I think that you are going to be looking at who you are. You're going to be looking at the people you're surrounded by, looking at the home that you are now in, and something within you is just going to feel like it is missing. And I honestly think that you are just going to be craving something different. I feel like you are going to be wanting to just pack your bags and go somewhere new. I don't know what type of lifestyle you are craving. Maybe you want to live in a van, right, and travel around the world. Maybe you want to just be able to go out and live somewhere completely different. Maybe living this type of lifestyle is not what you've always craved, if that makes any sense. Maybe you want to be a starving artist. You just want to do something different. You want to go somewhere where your heart can shine. And where you are now, I feel like, or where you will be in the future, you're going to be feeling a bit stifled. So I do think that you are going to be wanting a change, and at the end of the day, it's going to be up to you to decide on whether you are going to make that change or not, to decide as to whether you have it in you to be able to let go of this certain life that you are going to establish. Because guys, let's be honest, it is hard to let go of that security blanket, right? It is hard to let go of a home, especially if you bought it yourself, right? Or let go of a person, right? Because maybe you are going to be marrying somebody, and that is going to be how you get this money. That is going to be how you get this home, because you guys get it together. And you're just going to be looking at this person, and you're going to be thinking like, this isn't who I want to share my life with. This isn't the type of life I want to have, right? Because honestly, whenever we marry somebody, we usually take on a lot of their personality traits. We take on a lot of their life as well, because it is a blending of the two. And maybe before you met the person who you were going to get married to, before you met this person who had a bit of money, who was very established, maybe you were somebody who was living a completely different life. Maybe you yourself were a starving artist, and you were living by, I don't know, playing music on the streets and just taking it day by day. Maybe that was something that to other people seemed kind of like crazy crazy, right? Off the beaten trail, but to you, that made you shine, that made you happy. But I just think that at the end of the day, you are going to be living in a home that is very spectacular, very, very beautiful, very, very lavish. You're going to be living somewhere near the city or within the city, somewhere that's very, very fast paced. But I think that at the end of the day, you are going to be craving something more, and it's going to be up to you to decide whether you are going to decide to go after that or not, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at your other oracle cards, okay? So Spirit, for group 1, can we get some messages, please? Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Let's see what else wants to come through. For group 2, where are they going to be going? What is their future home going to be like, Spirit, for group 2, please? What wants to come through? Wow, guys, these cards are like so stubborn. I'm gonna be honest with you. Every time I use this deck, the type of like card stock it has, it honestly just makes it hard to shuffle, in my opinion. Especially because I'm somebody who I like to just have the cards fly out. I don't necessarily want to like pick out a card myself. I just think it's so much more magical to have the cards fly out. But with that deck in particular, the one that I was using, the cards just do not do it. It doesn't do it, and it makes me so sad. I have to pick it out myself, and I'm like, I'm trying to keep back the tears, you know? But anyways, guys, yeah, I mean, honestly, these cards, like, they are definitely talking about what I was saying to you. So first of all, we have Butterfly Garden coming through. We also have the House of Flowers. We have Darkness coming through, and we also have Night Watch. So again, you guys, look at the House of Flowers here. If you look at this house, it really does look lavish. It looks nice. It looks fancy. So again, I think you are going to be living somewhere that is very nice, very fancy. I think you are going to be having quite a bit of money, and you're just going to be living a very nice lifestyle. So your future home is going to be something that is definitely more than a middle class type of home, right? You're going to be living in a upper class type of home, okay? And I know I was talking about how you could be living in the suburbs, but they do have fancy homes in the suburbs as well. So definitely take that as it resonates. For those of you that I saw how you could be living in a apartment, I think that the apartment that you're going to be living in is going to be like the nicest, ritziest apartment ever. You could be living in, what do they call those like really fancy apartments, like in Manhattan or in New York? There's like an actual name for it. It's a type of apartment that you call like a really fancy one. I don't know, like it's the ones that's like at the very top, and they're very, very nice. They're very pretty, but hopefully you know what I mean, right? I hope you know what I mean. But I just see you living like very lavishly. The apartment that you're going to be living in is going to be one that is gorgeous. You're going to love it. Well, I mean, you're going to love it for a time. It's going to be something that other people will definitely be envious of. I do think people are going to be looking at your home, looking at your house, and they are going to be quite green with envy. And I do think that you are going to have a lot of plants, okay? I definitely think you're going to be a plant mom or a plant dad. I see you having a lot of flowers. So if you have an actual home, like if you're living in a house, I do see you having like these sculpted gardens. I see you having all these beautiful flowers, and it's just going to be gorgeous. I also think that if you are living in a apartment, obviously if you're living in an apartment, you don't have like a backyard or really a front yard, to be honest. So I think that in the inside of your house, you're going to have a lot of plants. You're going to have a lot of flowers within your home, and it's just going to be very lovely, very pretty. Now what's so interesting is, again, I mean, with this butterfly coming through, whenever I think of a butterfly, I think of somebody who wants to be free, because butterflies, they can go and travel wherever they want to go, just flit around wherever their wings want to take them next, right? They just follow the breeze, and I feel like that is going to be you. And literally, if you look at this woman, she really does look like she's yearning for something more, and I think that that is going to be representing you in a nutshell. Like, for all intents and purposes, again, essentially, you're going to be living a life that other people would only dream of living. You're going to be living that type of lifestyle, but it's just not going to be the lifestyle for you. It's not going to be something that you truly like. And I do see you looking out towards your future and just wanting to be free. Like, look at this with the darkness card coming through. You can see this beautiful bird, and it just looks like the bird is kind of representing you, right? Essentially, you want to be free again. You want to fly. You want to go somewhere new. And I think that wherever you are going to be, wherever this lavish life, this lavish home is going to be, I think that you're going to be looking around and you are just going to be feeling upset. Like, this isn't where you want to be. But I think it's going to be in this moment of feeling upset, of feeling just not very satisfied, that you are going to decide that you're going to decide to just pick up and go, right? Because I'm here to tell you right now, for almost all of you guys, I do think that you are going to decide to leave. You are going to decide to go somewhere new. I think it's going to be really scary. It's going to be a hard choice to make, but I think that for a lot of you guys, you are going to make that choice because you want to be able to choose your own happiness, right? And living where you are going to be living, while on the outside, it may look amazing, it may look fabulous, on the inside, you are not going to be feeling amazing or fabulous. It's just not going to be something that you want. You want something more. You want something that can bring you happiness. And maybe for a long time you thought that this type of lifestyle would make you happy, and maybe right now as you are watching this, you are listening to this reading, you're listening to me tell you about this, and you're saying, like, Cameron, I don't know what you're talking about, you're absolutely crazy, like, I would kill to have a life like this, right? Maybe you are somebody who, you know what it is like to come from nothing, right? Maybe you are somebody who, you lived in a less than rich environment, right? Maybe you lived in a neighborhood that was worse for wear, and so because you had to grow up with that survival type of mode, you just wanted to live a life that was luxurious. All you wanted was to be able to either find somebody who could help give you that type of life, that luxurious life, or you wanted to be that somebody for yourself, and you wanted to, you know, work very, very hard so that you could be able to buy that house in the hills, buy that beautiful suburban home, buy that amazing, you know, bachelor pad of an apartment. But after you buy it, after you work for it, after you marry into it, you're going to be looking around you and just thinking, like, no, like, this isn't where I want to be. I thought this is what I wanted for myself, but it's not what is truly meant for me, right? And it's going to be hard for you to let it go, but I think you are going to let it go. Whether that involves you divorcing the person who you are with, leaving the person who you are with, or just, you know, selling your home and going out and doing something completely new. But I just think that at the end of the day, it's going to be a hard choice to make with Night Watch coming through, because a Night Watch does talk about, like, disregarding what you want, disregarding your needs, so that you can instead help other people and put the needs of others before your own, right? Because if you look at this with the Night Watch card, this little wolf guy, he is protecting these children right here, and he's definitely not thinking about himself. He's not thinking about what he wants. He's not gonna, I'm sure he wants to take a nap, but instead he is up, he's awake, he's trying to protect these people. And so I think that for a long time, after you get this house, after you create this home, if you are creating it with somebody, I think that you are going to be placing their needs before your own, right? I think that you, even if you are not happy with this person who you are marrying, I think that it's going to take a long time for you to break up with them, to divorce them, because you honestly just feel bad, right? You don't want to hurt their feelings. You don't want to feel like you have led them on all this time, right? But you're going to be realizing that this just, at the end of the day, is somebody who can't make you happy. And I do think that for a long time, even though you are going to be unhappy, you are going to be trying to make yourself be happy with this person. But, you know, you're going to realize that no matter how hard you try, this person just isn't it. They're not bringing you that sense of happiness that you need. And so you are going to decide to divorce them. For others of you, if you are not going to be getting this home, this luxurious apartment by marrying into it with somebody, if you are going to be like working for it, I see you kind of like getting to the top of your game, you know, getting this apartment, getting this home. And I think that after you get it, you're not going to want to let it go, right? Because you spent years and years and years trying to save up for this, trying to get to this moment to where you can have this life that you've been dreaming of forever. And so again, I think that you are going to be trying to, you know, pretend, like almost like fake it till you make it. You're going to be trying to force yourself to be happy and to mold yourself into this person that could be happy by living in this home, by living in this apartment, but you're going to be realizing that this just isn't the life for you. And now that you have it, you finally know that you don't want it, right? Does that make sense? Because a lot of the times we always want what we can't have, and we also think that the next big thing is like where we want to be, right? Like obviously, like I'm here. And I can say right now, like I am living a middle class type of life, and trust me, it is great and I love it. I feel very blessed. But obviously, I mean, sometimes I think about what it would be like to be a millionaire, right? To be like Kylie Jenner and to have an amazing, gorgeous, glamorous home. But, you know, who's to say if once I do get it, I would be completely happy with it, right? Like for me, I feel like, you know, living that type of life, I've never lived it before and it looks amazing from afar. But once I actually have it, it may not be the life that I want, right? Because with that life, there's comes so many other responsibilities. It comes so many other new things, right? Like if I were to be that type of famous, right? If I were to be like Kylie Jenner, in a way, I would be trading away the comfort of my privacy for the craziness, the hecticness of being a celebrity and having all these journalists and paparazzi trying to follow me around and just like gaping at me and trying to, you know, find any type of weakness in me so they could like talk about it and journalize about it in the papers or whatever, right? And so things always just look glamorous from afar, but whenever you actually do get it, you know, who's to say that you would actually want it, right? So that is what I'm seeing for you. And I think that for the most part, you're going to be realizing that you don't want it. And I think you are going to be kind of just, you know, going somewhere new. And that is what I'm seeing for you. So this home that I am predicting for you, it's just going to be one of many. It's going to be one stop on your journey, right? So I think that this home is kind of going to be like the middle ground type of thing. It's going to be just a place that you're going to be at for a little while. But I do think that for almost all of you guys that are watching this, you are going to end up going somewhere else, somewhere completely new, and it's going to be exciting, it's going to be scary, but it's going to be thrilling, right? So yeah, guys, that is what I'm seeing for you today. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading, and if you did, then please make sure to give me a big like and to subscribe to my channel because I post new videos every Monday and Friday, and I would love to have you stop by this side of TerraTube again sometime, okay? So I love you all so much, and I hope that you have a fabulous rest of your day, friends. Mwah. Bye, guys. Hello, group 3. So if you chose balance, spirituality, and practicality with full moon in Pisces, then hey, hello, my beautiful folks, and welcome to your reading today. So I'm going to go ahead and place this right here, and let's take a look at your tarot cards, okay? So first of all, guys, we have the 8 of Swords coming through. We also have the King of Swords. We have the Princess of Coins, the Death card. We have the King of Cups. And for the back of the deck energy, we do have the 3 of Swords coming through. Now, guys, for the zodiac signs that I'm seeing today, I am seeing, obviously, some Pisces energy with this full, I think it was, yeah, the full moon in Pisces card coming through. And I'm also seeing some Scorpio energy as well. So you could be one of those signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, or in Venus. And if you are, then hey, hello, my beautiful Scorpio / Pisces. I love you all. Thank you for coming to this reading today. If you are not one of those signs, it's absolutely fine. Just let it go, let it flow. Okay, but guys, let's talk about your future home because I'm going to be completely honest with you. I am so freaking here for it. Like, your future home sounds so freaking cool. It is awesome. And honestly, if I had to describe your future home, like in a nutshell, it reminds me of like something from Nevermore. It's giving me like those gothic, like Anne Rice or Edgar Allan Poe vibes, okay? Because I am getting quite a scary gothic feel from your future home, and I just think it's so cool, okay? Now, the reason why I'm seeing all that is because, first of all, we do have the 8 of Swords coming through, and the 8 of Swords talks about going somewhere that is scary. It talks about doing something that is absolutely terrifying, and it talks about how there are some people that will go after this scary, terrifying thing, like how this person is literally like, you know, walking on a tightrope, right? But there's other people that would rather, you know, curl up in a ball and run away because it is scary, right? And who can blame them? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm somebody who, whenever it comes to fight or flight mode, I'm definitely like flight, like I'm like outie. If there's something scary, I'm gone, right? But I definitely think that you are somebody who, you are not like that at all. You are all fight, okay? And I think that you are somebody who, you know, the scarier, the better. That's like your motto. If it's scarier, then it's better, in your opinion. And so I think that for a lot of you guys, you are going to be going somewhere. You are going to either be moving to a city or a town that is known for being scary or being dangerous, or you could be moving into a home, an apartment that is also known as being dangerous or scary, okay? And it could be known as being dangerous or scary for so many reasons. You know, for some of you guys, with this death card coming through, I'm honestly getting the vibes that maybe you could be moving into a home where a murder took place. Maybe it was the scene of a very, very gruesome crime, right? For others of you, with death coming through as well, you could be moving into a place that is known for being haunted. Maybe you are going to be moving into a home, kind of like the Amityville Horror, right? Or maybe you are going to be moving into a city that is known for being haunted. So for instance, I'm thinking of like New Orleans, right? New Orleans is definitely known for being the capital of ghosts. That is where all the ghosts go, all the ghosts dwell. It's like a magical, scary, mythical type of place, right? So I do think that at the end of the day, you're going to be moving somewhere or living in a city, living in a house that is haunted, that could have been the scene of a grisly crime, that is just seen as being quite scary, okay? And again, you know, just looking at this death card is kind of giving me like that gothic type of architecture. So I do think wherever you go, it's gonna have that like old world type of vibe to it. I think the city is going to look very gothic as well. So for instance, maybe you could be deciding to move to somewhere in Arkansas. I'm thinking of like Fayetteville, Arkansas, because I know in Fayetteville, Arkansas, like they have this beautiful like gothic type of architecture. It's very, very beautiful. Look it up. It's very lovely. Maybe for others of you, again, you could be moving to New Orleans. You could be moving to the French Quarter. For others of you, maybe you're going to be moving to like Savannah, Georgia. Savannah, Georgia is also quite gorgeous. It's also quite gothic, right? But I do think that at the end of the day, you are going to be living a gothic fairy tale. You are going to be living somewhere that is absolutely as scary as it is glamorous, and it's going to be absolutely epic, okay? Now, guys, I do hear some dogs outside my window right now, and if you can hear that, I'm sorry. Please just let it go, let it flow. We're gonna continue on though, because my camera's about to die, and we just gotta keep on going. Now, I do want to say, for some of you guys, for like half of you, I think you could be moving to this dangerous place, this dangerous house, this house that could have been the scene of a gruesome murder, or this house that could be seen as being haunted, because of the fact that you feel like you can make profit. Like, I feel like you are somebody with this King of Cups who has a very business type of mentality. You could be somebody who like has like an idea, like to me it looks like there's a flame being lit above this guy's head, and that could be you like looking at a house that is known for being haunted, right? That could have been the scene of a crime, and thinking like, oh my gosh, I could make money from this. So you could be literally moving to this place, to this house for a reason, for a purpose, so that you can try to turn that into like a tourist type of place, right? So maybe you're going to be living there, but you're also going to be giving tours there every day and making that like a job almost, right? For others of you, maybe you're going to be moving to New Orleans or moving to Savannah, Georgia, because you are getting some type of job offer, okay? So that is definitely coming through, but let's go ahead and take a look at your oracle cards, okay? So for group 3, Spirit, for group 3, can we get some extra cards to represent their future home? Can we get some extra cards, please, to represent their future home? Their future home. I could also say, I'm also seeing for some of you guys, at the very least, you could just be moving to a city that is known for being dangerous in the way that maybe it has a violent crime rate. Because again, I'm thinking of New Orleans. It is actually, I think, one of the most violent places to live. Like, I think that there's a lot of violent crime that takes place over there. So maybe you could be moving somewhere that has a very high crime rate. And I think that for some people, you know, there are definitely a lot of people with families that would see a place like that, see those statistics and be like, yeah, no, I'm not going there. Like, I don't want to risk my chillins, right? But maybe you are going to be seeing that and you're going to be a single Pringle, or maybe maybe you will have a family of your own, but you guys are just like cooler than everyone else, right? Maybe you guys are fearless, okay? And you guys are just going to be like, yeah, I know this place is kind of dangerous. I know it has a violent crime rate, but it is worth it, right? I want to live that gothic dream, that gothic fairy tale, so I'm going over there, okay? So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the cards that are coming through for you. Wow, guys, we literally have a lot of cards coming through. So first of all, we have the Gardener. We also have Transform with a Raven. We have Accept Your Gifts. And the Ancients. We have Black Wand's Redemption and Eternal Flame. Okay, so guys, first of all, talking about the Ancients and Accept Your Gifts. Okay, the Ancients literally talks about like your spirit guides. So again, that just makes me think of spirits in general. So I do see you moving somewhere where it could be haunted, where it has the overall like aura of being a place that there's a lot of spirits that roam there, right? So I'm kind of thinking of like Salem, Oregon, right? I feel like that's a place that people would think of as being quite haunted, as there being a lot of spirits that would roam there, like the spirits of the ancestors who died in the witch trials, right? I'm also getting the idea with Accept Your Gifts. I'm thinking of like magic, of magical places. So again, I think you could be living somewhere, moving somewhere that other people look at as being very magical. And I know I keep on talking about this, but this is a place that I just keep on thinking about. I'm thinking of New Orleans, because New Orleans is literally known for being so magical. It's a place where people go for magic, right? They go to get their fortunes told there. That is just a place to be if you are witchy, right? For others of you, honestly, maybe I'm also seeing, what's it called? I don't know why, but I'm thinking of that place in Colorado. What's it called? Ooh, it's gonna bother me. Let me look it up, because it's just gonna bother me so much. Let me look it up. Colorado cities, major. Okay, let me see. Denver. That's what I'm thinking of. Denver, Colorado. I think that's what I'm thinking of. I think. Oh wait, Castle Rock. It also makes me think of Castle Rock as well. Guys, look up Castle Rock, because Castle Rock kind of has that like, I don't know, mysterious vibes, in my opinion. So maybe you are moving there. I don't know, but that is just a place that is resonating for me right now. But yes, guys, with Transform with Raven coming through, you know, Raven, that again makes me think of The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. So again, we're getting that like gothic vibes here. With the Gardener, I definitely think you're going to be moving somewhere where you could create a garden. Maybe you are going to be living next to a really big garden or by a park or something like that. But at the very least, I think that you are definitely going to be a house mom, a house dad, and you are going to be having a lot of plants within your home, plants outside your home. Okay, with Black Wand's Redemption, this is again just giving me really like dark, eerie, dreary, scary vibes, okay? Because this just kind of has like a very moody setting. So I definitely think you're going to be moving somewhere where it is quite moody. Honestly, for some of you guys, you could be moving somewhere where it rains a lot, because that is just kind of moody to me. It's very atmospheric, okay? So definitely keep that in mind as well. And then at the end of the day, with Eternal Flame coming through, I think that you are literally just going to be moving somewhere that just is a place where your heart feels free, right? Because Eternal Flame, that makes me think about how, you know, this is a place where you could eternally be happy, where you could eternally just feel like you are at the place where you are meant to be. And so I think that at the end of the day, wherever you are going to end up going, it's going to be a place that so many people are afraid of going to. It's going to be a place that people look at and just run for the hills, right? Because they're so scared. But you're going to look at it, and that's just going to be where you know you are meant to be. So yes, guys, I'm so excited for you. and this is honestly just so cool, and I just think that this is going to be great. So yeah, that is what I'm seeing for you today. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading, and if you did, then please make sure to give me a big like and to subscribe to my channel, because I post new videos every Monday and Friday, and I would love to have you stop by this side of TerraTube again sometime, okay? So I love you all so much, and I hope that you have a fabulous rest of your day, friends. Mwah. Bye, guys.